Today on the RV Small Talk podcast, we're talking to Felicia and Tim about I'm not even sure. But that's kind of the fun. So I'm sure you have a story to tell.
We're talking about RVs.
You're smart. I'm going to like this podcast now.
Well, they've had so many different kinds. I kind of thought it'd be fun to hear their story. Why do you jump from one to another that, what's pros and cons, right?
Well, I was looking forward to this just being the biggest surprise of what we're going to talk about. So now the listener can be surprised too.
We'll add some surprises in there.
Welcome to the RV Small Talk podcast, where we talk about lightweight trailers, truck campers, and the people, places, and adventures that go along with them. We're your hosts from Princess Craft RV. I just nailed that intro.
And I'm PJ, and we're here with Felicia and Tim, as Lindsay so nicely said.
I remembered.
I know. You did such a great job. I'm so impressed.
So, Felicia and Tim.
Yes.
How are y'all today?
Doing great. Excited.
Doing great. Excited?
Big day.
What could you ever be excited about?
Well, this is RV number 3, and we've made it up to the big times now.
What did you get? What is the big time?
The Intech Magnolia.
I know.
I mean, you could have said anything else, and I would have been like, but you.
It's like having an apartment in Manhattan.
Oh, a really nice apartment.
And you said something so interesting to me, which is why I said, we got to talk on a podcast. So you said, we've had all these other trailers that we really liked, but this one felt, what was the word you used?
Dazzling.
Do you remember? Dazzling.
Dazzled by it.
You were dazzled. It's kind of like me calling campers cute. Most people aren't really thrilled. Some people might say, I don't want a dazzling camper, but it so describes the Intech Magnolia, right?
It's true. Is this going to be a commercial for the Intech Magnolia?
I don't know.
Is that where we're going with this?
We're going to feel really good about our purchase.
I hope so.
So you said you've had 3. This is your third camper?
This is the third.
In 10 years? In 10 months?
No, I think we figured out my RV journey started 15 years ago with Princess Craft over in Fluor.
Oh.
Yeah. So what was
here's the story.
Yeah, there's always a story.
And I think PJ sold him.
And PJ sold it then.
The deal was with PJ. Yeah.
Do you remember her? Did she look different?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, she
looks
hasn't
exactly
changed a
the
bit.
same.
I know exactly the same.
Isn't that weird?
15 years.
She doesn't age.
Well, everybody's eyes get a little worse as they get older, and
Not
that
yours,
works
PJ.
in my favor.
The dealership has grown much.
Yeah, it's
bigger.
very different than it was in Pflugerville. So did you get, let me guess. Can I guess?
Yeah.
Old
She's
Princess
guessing.
Craft. It had to have been an A-liner.
Yes.
Absolutely. What kind of A-liner?
Oh, God.
You don't even
14,
remember?
15 years ago. I don't remember.
Was
I
it
think
a
they
big
only-
A-liner or a little A-liner?
It was a little A-liner.
They probably
They didn't
only
have all
made
the
3
little
kinds.
slide outs on the roof back then.
What do they call those, dormers?
Dormers, yeah. No, it was just a simple. I was single at the time, so this is pre-Felicia. Just me and my little Karen Terrier. And I was a triathlete, and so it was perfect for running the races and hook the bikes on the back, pop it open.
So you loved your A-liner.
I did love my A-liner. It was
So
nice.
did it have a built-in stove and the
It
refrigerator?
had the built-in
and
stove and
sink and
refrigerator.
all the
Did not
things?
have a bathroom or shower.
Yeah.
Or any of that.
So did the stove sit on top of the counter and then go outside?
It did.
So you had a classic.
Classic.
Is that what they
Yes,
call
that's what it was.
You're weird.
No,
That's
Lindsay.
like almost impressive, but just weird.
I have sold A-liners for 24 years now.
PJ will get mad at me for saying
Long
this on the
time.
podcast, but too bad. Did you know PJ helped design the LXE?
No.
Wow.
That no one buys anymore.
She said, you need a toilet in here.
Now no one buys it, but
Well.
I mean, a few people buy it.
Okay, so we started with the A-liner 14 years ago.
15 years ago. And it was great because I could fold it up and put it right in the garage, and push it around with myself. I didn't need
Those are the 2 big selling points on A-liners, really. Mm-hmm. And then what made you decide I need something else.
Then I got a significant other, and that one starts getting a little cramped.
Felicia.
Yes.
All right, Felicia, talk to us.
It was COVID, and like many people, we were looking for an escape, and but
Thank goodness you didn't buy an escape.
Right.
Whoa. No. Thank goodness. Well, because that isn't what you need. Oops. I'm in trouble now.
We literally sell those, PJ.
Yes.
Am I red?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were looking for something that was easy to maintain. We had for a short period of time we had a used trailer, but it was more of a traditional. It wasn't the fiberglass. It had more of the traditional trailer siding.
The aluminum, crimped aluminum siding.
We drove it cross country, and the insulation was flapping in the wind. It was just a disaster.
Literally blew off the side.
The siding blew off.
That's just your trailer spraying its wings.
It had a slide out, and the slide out was breaking. And there's so many things about it that just said no. I don't want to own a trailer.
And if you have one of those, carry around a screwdriver, electric screwdriver with sheet metal screws, which I'm glad I did because we just popped out, screwed the siding back on.
But
oh my goodness,
I was really not interested in owning anything like that. But then we saw the fiberglass eggshells, and I was like, wow, that's great. We found the casita. And I thought, this is perfect. It's easy to maintain. It's easy to clean. It's small.
The sides won't blow off.
The sides are not going to blow off. It just had a cleaner feel to it. And because I was not a trailer person before that, I wouldn't even consider buying a trailer before this fiberglass. But anyway, yes. So we bought a casita. And then, and it was great. And we took it on a lot of adventures. And then we, during COVID, also acquired 2 large dogs.
Then the dogs.
Then the dogs came.
You guys are the ones that traded in the casita.
Yes.
Okay, that's why I'm red and sweaty.
Oh, so sorry.
Just back there taking pictures because the service advisor said, Lindsay, you need to go get pictures of this casita because it is just in great condition, and it's so beautiful.
It is in great condition.
And I ran back there to take pictures of it. And oh my goodness, you said you had all kinds of adventures in that trailer?
Oh,
yeah. And
you
dogs.
must take care of your stuff.
Holy moly. We cleaned it. We got it spiffed up for you before we brought it in.
That's so kind.
It really, I love that trailer. Okay.
Yeah, it's a great trailer.
It's all coming full circle.
If you don't have a Pyrenees-sized dog. Yeah.
Because there's not, where do they
no
go?
Where
do they go?
They go.
I wanted to get on we never put the dinette table up. It became Stella's bed. Stella's our large Pyrenees.
Her bed.
You were in a casita with a Pyrenees.
Well, a mix.
It's a mix.
She's
Pyrenees,
mixed,
German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. A bigger.
Well, in that case.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's not
and
like
then,
mixed with
and then
the beagle.
the other one is a husky cattle dog mix.
And y'all are
oh my God.
So she went on the bed. The cattle dog went on the bed.
Whoa.
And then we kind of fit wherever we could fit. But it was great. It had a bathroom. It had a shower.
It got the job done, and we were glad, and it held up. It's still in great condition. And
they hold their value. It was easy to maintain.
The sides didn't blow off.
The sides didn't blow off.
So tell me a few adventures. What are your favorite travels in your casita?
Well, we had property in northern Idaho in Sandpoint, close to the border. And so we made multiple trips cross country, getting there and, going to see different places on the way. But lots of cross country trips. And it just always pulled so nicely, so easy to maneuver. We took it to, national parks and state parks and
Wind River Range in Wyoming.
Did some boondocking with it and
boondock on the side of Yellowstone River.
Yeah.
Taking a meeting for work. It was great.
So it sounds like it went from like a size issue to a quality issue back to a size issue. As far as
the transition.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're not trading the casita in because there was anything wrong with the quality of it. We just needed some more space, but we didn't want a normal trailer. And so the Intex, we actually saw them. We looked at them when we were making the decision about the casita, but we didn't have the 2 dogs. And so it's interesting because we had picked out the Magnolia, already, or whatever that version was, something like it was. I don't know if it was called Magnolia, but
we can't say it on the microphone.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I know. But probably what you picked out at that time was the Horizon.
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Did you know that's my trailer?
Oh, see? There you go.
I have a Horizon.
It was just as dazzling back then.
I love it.
Dazzling. I love that word.
So this is we feel like going to give us the same quality, but a larger space.
I think it's interesting to us, and it's interesting to other people when people switch units, so much, because it feels like sometimes you're not allowed to do that. It feels like it's such a big purchase and such a final purchase, and you have to make the right decision the first time, and people get really nervous about that. So we really like telling people stories like yours. Look, you change your hairstyle in your life, right? We all change our needs and our wants, and trailers are the same way. You don't have to find the perfect trailer because your life is going to change. Your trailer might change. Yeah. So
I find that interesting, Lindsay, because a lot of people feel that they need to change cars because their family got bigger, or, they really like the new styling or the new features, and nobody feels guilty about that.
But when it comes to
trading in your trailer and getting a different
I would
trailer,
add, you made it
people
very
really
easy.
nervous.
I didn't know about the trade-in. I didn't think you could trade in a trailer. I'd have to go figure out how to sell it and all that.
Yeah.
And
Interesting.
so when I heard about the trade-in, it was like, okay.
And we actually had
so
people approach us and
Yeah.
leave their numbers to, if we wanted to sell it to them.
Yeah.
But
if you have a casita, you can't.
Yeah.
I mean, people just
People stop and give you their car.
gas station inside. Yeah.
Well, it's a cool trailer.
It is so cool. So what is the Magnolia is the biggest trailer that you've owned?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no, that one that was falling apart,
Yeah.
it was 26 feet
Okay.
long, but I had needed to live in it at the time.
So what would you say? Are you nervous about anything with this
I
trailer?
am a little nervous. It's been a lot bigger than the casita.
So you're nervous about towing it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah?
so. Yeah.
Parking
Backing it up. is the biggest.
now we're there.
Towing, I think I'll probably tow easier because of the 2 axles and it won't sway as much. Backing it up, since it's so much taller and wider.
But what do you always say about backing up trailers? The bigger ones are easier, right? The longer ones are easier.
Longer
Because
is much easier.
It takes
That's what we've
longer.
heard.
And that's what I've heard. So.
But yeah, I can see being nervous about that. What about you? Are you nervous about anything? Like too much storage?
yeah, right.
Cabinets.
No, I mean, it is just so much bigger. Like, we just really considered ourselves small, tidy people that had a small footprint, and the footprint is a bit bigger. But, when you go to an RV park, we're dwarfed by these beasts.
Right.
That are
Yes.
just in another
Right.
That's true.
category. It's gonna really sort
It'll
of,
be easier to find our RV now.
yeah, actually.
Actually, it'll hide between the big ones on both
Literally.
sides, but you're used to
Just
that.
find the dazzling one.
Yes, look for the dazzle.
Yeah.
Being a minimalist in a camper that size is perfect. I mean, there's just a place for everything, including the dogs
Right.
and everything. Nothing sticks out of the cabinets or doesn't
Right.
fit somewhere. I mean, there's a place for everything. That's how I camp. That's how PJ camps. Like, we want to bring as little as possible so there's less clutter and also room for the dog. Have the dogs been introduced to the camper? Sorry.
No, not yet.
So
so
they get to meet the camper when you get home.
Yes.
Yes.
So
The hair will start.
Yes, it will.
that's
And it will
true.
never end.
Well, talking about being a minimalist, I love the Intech products because it all feels like it's designed to hide everything. So even if you have a lot of stuff in there, I have trouble filling up all my cabinets. I have the one slightly larger than the one you have, and I can't fill it up.
Yeah.
And it still looks like nothing's in it,
Well, and that under the bed storage, like
it's just,
You could house a toddler in there.
yeah. It's a small child. Doesn't need to be a toddler. So,
Hey.
how do you feel, Lindsay? One of your kids could come along, sleep under the bed?
Well, they've already locked themselves in your bedroom. Remember that?
I do. That was on one of our first trips. Lindsay and I went camping together, and the door slid, and they locked it, and they couldn't figure out how to unlock it.
Oh, no.
And we're on the outside, they're on the inside. Oh, that was crazy.
And all of a sudden, the 3-year-old starts wailing.
Yeah.
I gotta pee! Oh no! Oh, that was fun. Anyway.
Well, the other reason why we liked the Magnolia is because we can both work. The table is big enough.
Oh, it's
so
huge, yeah.
we can both work. And actually, we were planning to use the screens, the TV screens as monitors, and you can actually use it as a stand-up desk, the countertop, to work.
Sure.
So that was the other reason why. And there's 2 screens in there. So
Yep.
we're actually starting to think about a configuration for the bedroom to have a little desk so that you can stand and one person can work there and the other person can work in the kitchen area.
Yeah.
But at the very least, the table's long enough so you can have a monitor set up at each end too.
Yeah.
Were the case. But yeah, so that was the other reasoning behind an upgrade also.
So when you're looking at an upgrade, did you already know what you wanted, or did you have to shop around?
We pretty much had picked it out online.
Yeah.
A few,
I mean, we really liked when we saw the Intech, the second go around, but we were like, no, maybe it's too big for us. We still really liked it.
Yeah.
And we kept thinking about it the whole time.
So the dogs were an excuse.
That's what I said all along. That is exactly what I said when they were telling me earlier.
And so when we were finally like,
Yes.
okay, I think we should upgrade to a bigger one, we knew like it's going to be the Intech.
Yeah.
Do you have your first trip planned in your Intech?
Well, we're headed to Colorado next weekend.
Oh,
I would say that's your first trip.
Yes.
It's our first trip.
what a great
We'll
place
probably
for an
take it
Intech.
out
Yeah.
this weekend just to maybe just in the backyard and just try it out.
That works. We always recommend, a quick camp out, even if it's in the driveway. We love driveway camping, especially if it's your first time.
Yeah.
Because if something doesn't work or you don't know how to work it, then usually it's user error. Mm-hmm. You just get to go inside and go to bed and worry about it tomorrow, right?
Get on YouTube.
Right.
And it's just fine. So that'll be great.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lot of great adventures. And then do you still have your land in Idaho?
No, we sold that.
We sold that.
So, but
when we sold that, we got land in Colorado. So
Oh,
that's what we're headed to.
Sounds great. Now, are you still doing triathlons?
No, I'm doing running. So I've been
Okay.
doing
He's had
more
some
trail running up
half
in Moab.
marathons and
Oh,
marathons.
how fun.
So the athlon part.
Yeah.
The athlon part is
yeah.
still.
Riding a bike around here, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
You're right.
Dangerous.
No, but he did do a race in Moab. Run the Rockies.
Run the rocks.
In April.
Oh, that sounds great. So that trailer will be really nice to have a working office, a real comfortable place.
Mm-hmm.
Do you leave your dogs at home when you do those trips?
No.
They
go
always
everywhere.
are with
you.
They're
With
always
us.
with
Okay,
us.
well then
All
my next
right,
question is, where are they right now? Why aren't
Well,
they
they're
here?
at home
They're at
in San
home.
Antonio.
You didn't want them
They're
here.
not.
I do.
These are
Have you
not-
seen the dogs in here
These
today?
are not social dogs.
Oh no!
They don't know how to be around other animals.
Let's turn it off.
Well, I think we are a veritable doggy daycare here.
We really are.
We
Yes,
get
but
a
you would have to have new
fabulous
rules
parade of
for our dogs.
We've had those kind of dogs here, and we're fine. They're fun.
Okay.
It is a tons of fun, and everybody spends the whole time going, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry." And we're all like, "Oh, these guys are so great. They're just fine."
Yeah. No.
So
they-
next time we expect the dogs.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
want
We'll
to
bring them.
seriously say that.
Okay.
All right.
It will remind you that you asked.
I am fine with that. Well, I appreciate you guys joining us. I know that you've got to drive back to San Antonio today, but to take a few minutes and share your story is great fun. People are always wanting to know, do other people do this? What's it like for them? Why did they pick it? I mean, why not a bigger one? Why not a smaller one? So I bet you answered a lot of people's questions. Thank you for taking the time.
Thanks so
You're very
much.
welcome. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a safe trip back to San Antonio.
Thank you.
All right. Well, you guys can see show notes. You can see pictures. We're on YouTube. Just go to rvsmalltalk.com.
Don't watch this episode on YouTube.
Okay.
Please. If you pick any of them, don't pick this one.
Lindsay did literally walk in from taking pictures of their camper. So, maybe not our best video.
That's all right.
But rvsmalltalk.com. Stop in, say hello, leave us a comment, ask a question, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.